There's a feeling you get in Kentucky that you don't get in many places anymore. You pull up a gravel drive, the trees close in behind you, and it hits you. Out here, nobody's watching, nobody's close, and the quiet is yours to keep. This is a state that still has room, real room, the kind people used to think they'd never be able to afford. Everybody knows Kentucky for the bourbon and the horses. What they don't know is that behind all of it sits some of the most beautiful, private, wide-open land left in America. And it's still going for a fraction of what it should. Somewhere in this video, there's a house sitting on 52 acres of Appalachian Mountain. Your own hollow, your own ridgeline, your own piece of the map, for less than the price of a new truck. I'll show it to you in a few minutes, and I promise it won't be the only one that stops you. This week, Kentucky handed me a log home with horses grazing right outside the window. Land you can walk for an hour and never leave. A storybook cottage from the 1800s tucked at the end of a tunnel of weeping willow trees like something out of a fairy tale. And a whole home where the tax bill for the entire year won't even cover a nice dinner for two. 10 houses, from $299,000 all the way down to 42. I'm Joseph, and I'm retired. Every week I pick a state and go digging through the listings until I find the ones that make me stop and look twice. Kentucky did that over and over this week. If you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, Tiny Bucks Houses, so you catch them before everyone else does. Stay with me to the end, because the last house is the cheapest on the whole list, and it might be the one you can't stop thinking about. Some places you can't fake, and you can't rebuild. This is one of them. 15 acres of rolling Kentucky, a handcrafted log home sitting right in the middle of it, and the kind of setting that makes you slow the truck down and just look for a minute before you even pull in the drive. This isn't a log-look house with vinyl underneath. It's the real thing. Solid log walls, a metal roof, and the kind of warmth you feel the second you step through that red barn-style front door. Inside, the wood does all the talking. Hardy wood ceilings with exposed beams running overhead. Rich, rustic finishes everywhere you look. A wood-burning fireplace anchoring the living room. Bricks around, the spot the whole house gathers around when it gets cold. The kitchen is a genuine surprise for a cabin like this. Soft sage green cabinets, stone countertops, stainless steel appliances, and enough room to actually cook and feed people. Off of it, there's a formal dining room and a large laundry room, so nothing about living here feels like roughing it. And here's the detail that made me smile. The bathroom vanity is built from an actual whiskey barrel. The main floor holds the bedrooms, and upstairs there's a loft space tucked under the peak of the roof. 2 full baths. Everyday comfort wrapped in a place that feels like a getaway you never have to leave. Now step out onto the porch, front or back, both covered, and this is where the 15 acres really goes to work. Rolling fenced pastures spread out in front of you, ready for horses or livestock to roam. And the outbuildings on this place are almost a property of their own. The original homestead has been turned into a 2-stall barn with hay storage, history you get to keep using. There's a second single-stall barn, a heated and cooled 2-car garage with its own half-bath, a workshop, a man cave, a project space, whatever you need it to be. A covered shelter with a fire pit for evenings under the stars, storage sheds, and even an older trailer already sitting on the land, ready to fix up into a guest house, a rental, or a place for family. Now let me show you where this is. A small town in the far northeast corner of Kentucky, tucked right where the big sandy river pours into the Ohio. The exact spot where Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio all meet. This is historic river country. Catlettsburg was once one of the biggest timber markets in the world, when log rafts came floating down out of these mountains by the thousands. Today, it's quiet, friendly, and easy to live in. Ashland is right up the road with your hospitals, shopping, and everything day to day, and Huntington's just across the river. But out on these 15 acres, all of that feels 100 miles away. So here's what you're getting. A real log home on 15 fenced acres, horses welcome, with barns, a heated workshop, a fire pit, and enough character in one room than most houses have in the whole floor plan. $299,500. The crazy part is that the prices only go down from here. But the next house is where I realize that doesn't necessarily mean you're getting any less. Some houses have an address. This one has a name. They call it Windy Willows, and the moment you turn off the road, you understand why. You don't drive up to this house, you drive through it, down a long lane lined on both sides with weeping willow trees, their branches hanging down over you like a tunnel out of a fairy tale. By the time the house comes into view, you already know this place is different. It's an 1890s storybook cottage, the real deal, with steep Gothic gables, pointed windows, and the kind of gingerbread charm they simply do not build anymore. 4 level acres around it, mature landscaping, a fenced yard, and a little water feature that finishes the whole storybook picture. Step inside and the character keeps coming. Tall ceilings, 8-foot doors, deep baseboards, detailed moldings, and a graceful curved staircase sweeping up to the second floor. There's a wood-burning fireplace, big windows pouring light into every room, and a long wooden table in the main room made for family dinners that run late. The floors run hardwood through the living areas and tile in the kitchen and baths. The kitchen is spacious and full of cabinetry, with a breakfast room right beside it for slow mornings with coffee. There's a formal living room and a formal dining room, the kind of rooms built back when a house was meant to host. Downstairs, the primary bedroom has its own ensuite with a double vanity and a jetted tub, dressed up with vintage touches that match the age of the home. Head up that curved staircase and you find more bedrooms, an open sitting area, and a charming balcony that looks out over the grounds. The rooms up here are big, bright, and full of personality. One with plants tucked in every corner and a soft chair by the window, another with 2 beds and a design that feels straight out of an old picture book. Between the bathrooms, you've got everything from a full tub to a walk-in shower, all done clean and comfortable. Now here's the part that turns charm into opportunity. 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, on 4 acres with barns, a run-in shed, and a detached garage. This place is practically built to earn its keep. People pay good money to spend one night somewhere like this. As an Airbnb, a bed and breakfast, or a countryside retreat, a home this magical doesn't just sit there looking pretty. It pays you back. There's no central air right now, and it'll want a little modernizing here and there. But the bones are 1890s solid, the character is irreplaceable, and at $81 a square foot, you're buying something you literally could not build today at any price. Now let me show you where this is. A tiny village in the northern tip of Kentucky, close to the Ohio River. This is quiet, rolling farm country. Green pastures, old barns, back roads that don't see much traffic. It's the kind of small town where life slows all the way down, but you're not cut off from anything. 10 minutes up the road is Maysville, a beautiful old river town with shops, restaurants, a hospital, and a walkable downtown right on the water. You get the peace of the countryside with a real town just close enough when you need it. So here's what you're getting. One-of-a-kind 1890s cottage at the end of a willow tunnel. 5 bedrooms, 4 acres, barns, and income potential built right in. $225,000. The next listing held my attention longer than I expected, and by the time I reached the last photo, I already knew it was going to be one of my favorites. There's something about an A-frame that just pulls you in. That sharp triangle cutting up into the trees, the roof that runs almost all the way to the ground, the wall of windows soaking up the light. It doesn't look like a house so much as a hideaway. And this one sits on 5.25 acres of rolling Kentucky, with a rustic stone and wood base that makes it look like it grew right out of the hillside. Step inside and it opens straight up. Soaring cathedral ceilings with exposed wood beams. That classic A-frame wall of glass pulling the outdoors in, and light everywhere. The living area centers on a fireplace with a brick accent wall, and a spiral staircase winds up to the second level. It feels like a mountain lodge and a family home at the same time. The kitchen is warm and roomy. Wood cabinets, a wall of storage, stainless steel appliances, and a separate dining area right beside it with a wood plank ceiling overhead. There's a real sense of craft in here, the kind of finishes that make a house feel handmade instead of stamped out. Now here's a number that matters. Below the main floor, there's a finished basement, adding nearly 1,000 square feet of living space. That's almost a second house underneath the first one. A rec room, a den, a place for guests, whatever you need. Upstairs, past the loft, you've got soft, bright bedrooms tucked under the peak of that roof. 3 bedrooms in all, one set up as a single, 2 more sized for full beds, each with good closet space and plenty of light. The bathrooms are modern and clean, one with a walk-in shower, the other paired with the laundry and built-in storage, so everything's got its place. Central air keeps it comfortable, and there's an attic up top for even more room to grow. Step outside, and the 5 acres opens up around you, a big, well-kept lot with a spacious back deck, a detached 2-car garage, and an outbuilding for storage. Room for a garden, room for animals, room for the kids to run and never leave the property. From above, it's just a green hillside wrapped in trees, with that unmistakable A-frame peak rising up out of the middle of it. Now let me show you where this is. A small town of about 1,600 people sitting right on the Ohio River in western Kentucky. This is easy country living, a riverfront park where you can watch the barges roll by, a boat ramp, and the kind of quiet main street where everybody knows everybody. Owensboro, one of Kentucky's biggest cities, is about half an hour down the road. That's your hospitals, your shopping, your barbecue, and bluegrass festivals. So you've got real conveniences close, while you live somewhere calm and green right by the water. So here's what you're getting. A one-of-a-kind A-frame on 5 1/4 acres, with a finished basement, a 2-car garage, and room to spread out in every direction. $219,900. The next house completely reset my expectations for what this kind of budget could actually buy, because I never expected to see this much square footage attached to it. Almost 4,000 square feet, a solid brick ranch, nearly 3 acres of land, and it's sitting right inside the city limits, walking distance to downtown. You do not find this combination often, and you almost never find it at $49 a square foot. This is the kind of house people drive past for years, wishing it would come up for sale, and right now, it has. This is a solid 1950 brick home with a metal roof, built in the era when they didn't cut corners, and it shows. Inside, hardwood and tile floors run throughout. Big windows pull in the light, and there's a warmth to the place that new construction just can't buy. The living room is spacious and bright, anchored by a painted white fireplace that'll take the chill off a Kentucky winter. There are 2 separate dining areas here. Room for a big wooden table, a china cabinet, built-in niches, even a little wine storage. The kind of setup made for holidays and full houses. The kitchen sits right in the middle of it all. Wood cabinets, plenty of storage, stainless refrigerator, ready to feed a crowd. The bedrooms are generous and full of natural light, each with room for more than just a bed. A sitting chair, a dresser, a TV, space to actually live. And the bathrooms carry that classic mid-century character, right down to the vintage tile. It's honest, it's original, and it's held up beautifully. Then you go downstairs and the house doubles. That full basement runs the entire footprint, nearly 1,900 square feet of it. Right now it's workshop and storage, but a space that size is a blank check. A workshop, a game room, an in-law suite, a whole second living level waiting to be finished. And here's a detail that matters in this part of Kentucky. The listing points out it's not in a flood-prone area. That's peace of mind you don't always get down here. Outside, there's a large lot with plenty of open yard, a clean detached garage for the car and the tools, and enough room to breathe, all while being close enough to walk to downtown Hazard. Now let me show you where this is. A town of about 5,000 tucked deep in the mountains of southeastern Kentucky, the heart of Appalachia. This is coal country, surrounded on every side by steep green ridgelines and winding river valleys. Hazard's a real hub for the whole region. It's got a hospital, a community college, restaurants, and a lively downtown with a riverside pavilion where they hold concerts and festivals all summer. Some of you might even know the name from TV. This is the country that inspired the Dukes of Hazzard. It's rugged, it's friendly, and it's about as authentically Kentucky mountain as it gets. So here's what you're getting. A nearly 4,000 square foot brick ranch on almost 3 acres in town, high and dry, with a full basement to grow into, $189,000. The next listing is the kind of property that slowly wins you over until you suddenly realize it's one of the best deals you've seen all day. 18.5 acres, a shop, a chicken coop, fruit trees already in the ground, and a solid one-level home sitting in the middle of it. This isn't just a house, It's a homestead somebody already started for you. All you have to do is show up and finish the dream. And here's what makes this one stand out from the older places on this list. It was built in 2008. That means no century-old surprises, no gut renovation waiting to bite you. Modern bones, modern systems, one-level living, and it's move-in ready the day you get the keys. The home itself is a comfortable 3-bedroom ranch, bright and easy to live in. The kitchen is roomy and functional, wood cabinets wrapping the walls, stainless appliances, a brand new dishwasher, and plenty of storage for everything. The living room is spacious and full of natural light, an easy place to land at the end of the day. All 3 bedrooms are on the main floor. No stairs, everything on one level, each one bright and generous with good closet space and room for a dresser or a vanity. 2 full baths, one with a shower, one with a tub, both clean and finished with nice white cabinetry for storage. But the real story here is downstairs and outside. Under the whole house sits a 2,000 square foot unfinished basement. That's a bigger footprint than the living space above it. A completely blank canvas for a workshop, a rec room, a storm shelter, or a whole second level of living space down the road. And then the land. 18.5 acres across 2 parcels, the kind of room most people only dream about. There's an attached 2-car garage, plus a separate detached shop for your projects and tools, a storage shed, a chicken coop ready for hens, mature fruit trees already producing, a covered front porch to sit on and take it all in. From the air, it's just green Appalachian hills rolling out in every direction, a winding drive and total privacy, your own little world. Now let me show you where this is. A tiny community in Magoffin County, deep in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. This is quiet, rugged Appalachian country, steep wooded ridges, narrow creek valleys, and the kind of stillness you can't find in a city at any price. Salyersville, the county seat, is a short drive with your groceries, your gas, your day-to-day needs, and it sits right on the mountain parkway, so getting around is easy. Out here, it's all about the outdoors, hunting, fishing, ATV trails, and land you can actually use. This is the part of Kentucky where people still live close to the ground, and 18 acres like this is what makes that possible. So here's what you're getting. A move-in-ready 2008 ranch on 18.5 acres, with a shop, a chicken coop, fruit trees, a 2-car garage, and a full basement to grow into. $160,000. I actually laughed when I saw the acreage on the next property because 52 acres didn't even sound like a real listing anymore. 52 acres. Read that again. 52 acres of Kentucky mountain, your own hollow, your own ridgelines, your own creek, and your own woods, and a home sitting right in the heart of it. This is the one I told you about at the start of the video. Out here, the land is the headline and the house is the bonus. But it's a good bonus. This is a cozy 1947 farmhouse full of warmth, knotty pine paneling running across the walls and ceilings, hardwood floors underfoot, and a brick fireplace anchoring the living room, ready to keep the whole place warm when the mountain air turns cold. Big windows let the light pour in, and there's a real lived-in comfort to it. The kitchen is roomy and functional, wood cabinets and plenty of storage, tile underfoot, stainless refrigerator. There are 2 bedrooms on the main floor. Easy, one-level living, plus a bonus room that works perfectly as a 3rd bedroom, a home office, or a den. 1 full bath with a walk-in shower. There's an unfinished basement for storage and workspace, an attic up top, and a couple of little enclosed porches off the sides for morning coffee or a place to kick off muddy boots. But let's be honest about why you're really here. Those 52 acres. This is a genuine outdoorsman's paradise. Room to hunt right off your own back porch, room to farm, room to run cattle or horses, room to ride, room to disappear into the woods for an afternoon and never see another soul. There's a large 3-car carport for your trucks, ATVs and equipment, plus a barn and a garden spot already going. Land like this, at this price, is the whole reason people look at Kentucky in the first place. Now let me show you where this is. A small mountain community in Knott County, deep in the heart of eastern Kentucky's coal country. This is pure Appalachia, tall green ridges, narrow winding hollows, and some of the most rugged, beautiful land in the state. It's peaceful and private out here, but not off the grid. The elementary school is just a few miles away, and so is Camp Nathaniel. And if you like the outdoors, you're 15 minutes from Mine-Made Adventure Park. Hundreds of acres of ATV and off-road trails carved through the old mining country, one of the biggest riding destinations in the region. Out here, the mountains aren't the view, they're the lifestyle. 52 acres of Kentucky mountain with a cozy farmhouse, a fireplace, a barn, a 3-car carport, and room to hunt, farm, and roam as far as you can walk. $149,000. The next property is the kind of house that reminds you why people fall in love with old homes in the first place. They just don't build them like this anymore. This is a 1900 Victorian standing proud on a corner lot in the historic town of Princeton. 2 stories of deep navy siding, crisp white trim, decorative gablework, and a covered front porch made for slow evenings. 125 years old, full of character, and priced at $81 a square foot. Step inside and the old world charm just keeps unfolding. Tall ceilings, spacious rooms, and some of the home's original hardwood floors still running underfoot, glowing with that warmth only real old wood has. There's a formal dining room built for holiday gatherings and a stained glass window in the hallway throwing colored light across the floor. And here's a detail you almost never see. This house has 4 fireplaces. 4. Decorative ones in the living and dining rooms, another tucked into a bedroom, each one a little piece of history. The kitchen has been updated with stainless steel appliances and tall cabinetry for serious storage, with a brick accent wall and doors that open out toward the back porch. It's the kind of kitchen that respects the age of the house while giving you what you actually need. Upstairs and down, there are 4 bedrooms in all. Big, bright, full of personality, the primary right on the main floor. 2 full baths serve the house, one with a classic soaking tub, the other with a walk-in shower. Now I'll be straight with you. This one runs on a floor furnace and window units rather than central heat and air, and like any old home, it'll want a little TLC here and there. But the bones are 1900 solid, and the character is the kind money simply cannot manufacture. Now step out back, because this is where summer lives. There's a covered front porch and a covered back porch, plus a screened-in sitting area for bug-free evenings. The yard is fully fenced, a private little retreat, and right in the middle of it sits an above-ground pool with a full deck built around it. There's an outbuilding for your garden tools and pool supplies. For a house in town, this backyard feels like a private resort. Now let me show you where this is. A classic small town of about 6,000 in western Kentucky, with one of the prettiest historic downtowns in the state. Blocks of restored brick storefronts, local shops, cafes, and a beautiful old courthouse right at the center. It's the kind of place where you can walk to get a coffee and everybody says hello. You've got a hospital, schools, and all your day-to-day needs right here, and you're an easy drive from the big waters of Kentucky Lake and Lake Barkley, some of the best boating and fishing in the whole country. Quiet, historic, friendly, and close to the lakes. It's a hard combination to beat. So here's what you're getting. A stunning 1900 Victorian on a corner lot. 4 bedrooms, 4 fireplaces, original hardwood, stained glass, and a pool out back. In one of Kentucky's prettiest small towns. $128,000. The next listing breaks below $100,000, and that's exactly where this video stopped making any sense to me. $75,000. For that, you get a solid brick cottage with a metal roof, an acre of level land, a detached 2-car garage, and a little arched brick doorway that gives the whole place a storybook feel. In plenty of housing markets, $75,000 barely gets your foot in the door. In western Kentucky, it buys you the whole homestead. The current owners are still moving out, so you're going to look past some boxes and clutter in these photos. Don't let that fool you. Look at what's underneath, because the bones here are genuinely good. This is a brick home with a metal roof. The 2 things that cost the most and matter the most, both already handled. Inside there's real hardwood flooring, warm wood cabinetry in the kitchen laid out in an efficient L shape with a stainless refrigerator, and pretty finishes throughout. The living room is bright and comfortable, with laminate underfoot. It's a 1.5 story, so there's a partially finished attic up top, adding even more usable space than the footprint suggests. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, a compact and functional kitchen with the laundry built right in. And here's the part that surprises people at this price. It's got central air and a modern gas pack heating system. That's real year-round comfort in a $75,000 house. This isn't a rough camp cabin. It's a genuine, comfortable little home that just needs a good clean-out and a personal touch. Outside, you've got a full acre of level, open ground, shaded by mature trees, a fenced backyard, and that detached two-car garage for your vehicles, your workshop, or your storage. Room for a garden, room for the dog, room to sit out under the trees on a summer evening. Now let me show you where this is. A small rural community in Callaway County in the far southwest corner of Kentucky. This is peaceful farm country, but the location is the real gift here. You're just a short drive from Murray, a lively college town, home to Murray State University, regularly ranked one of the friendliest small towns in America, with a hospital, shopping, and restaurants. And you're right on the doorstep of Kentucky Lake, one of the largest outdoor recreation areas in the entire country, 170,000 acres of forest, water, hiking, camping, and wild elk and bison herds. For somebody who loves the outdoors, this location is worth its weight in gold. So here's what you're getting. A solid brick cottage with a metal roof, central air, a full acre, and a two-car garage. 15 minutes from one of the best lake regions in America. $75,000. The next listing is where I completely stopped trying to guess what was coming next, because nothing about it felt normal anymore. I'm going to give you a number, and I need you to really hear it. The property tax on this house for the entire year is $40. Not $400, not $40 a month. $40 for the whole year. I've been doing this a long time, and I still had to read it twice, and that's just where the surprises start on this one. For $60,000, you get a 3-bedroom home on a private home site that sits peacefully back off the road, and a setup that any tinkerer, mechanic, or hobbyist is going to lose their mind over. Because this property has 6 covered parking spaces, a 5-car garage plus a carport, 6 bays. Whether you collect cars, restore tractors, run a side business, or just have more toys than the average garage can hold, you will never run out of room here. The house itself has real character waiting under the surface. It's a 1952 home with a family room built around a stone fireplace and exposed wood beams running across the ceiling. Warm, rustic, full of that mid-century charm. There's a separate sitting room, wood paneling, and a bright kitchen with wood cabinets and room for a table. Now, the current owners are still moving out, so you'll look past some belongings in the photos, but the good bones are all there. 3 bedrooms, comfortable and spacious, a full bath, and modern comfort where it counts, central air and forced air heat. Beyond all that garage space, there's still room for a garden, a workshop, livestock, or whatever you dream up. The listing calls this an investor's special, and it's easy to see why. But honestly, for the right person who just wants a comfortable little home with an absurd amount of workspace and a $40 tax bill, this is a rare kind of opportunity. Now let me show you where this is. A town in Graves County, out in the far western tip of Kentucky, the region they call the Jackson Purchase. This is friendly, flat, western Kentucky farm country, quiet roads, open fields, and small town living at its most affordable. The town has your groceries, your restaurants, and your everyday needs covered, and you're once again close to the Kentucky Lake region for all the boating, fishing, and outdoor recreation you could want. This community has shown real grit and heart in recent years, and it's rebuilding stronger than ever. A genuine, tight-knit Western Kentucky town. So here's what you're getting. A 1952 home with a stone fireplace, 3 bedrooms, 6 garage bays, and central air, on a private lot with a $40 a year tax bill. $60,000. I saved the most unbelievable price for the very end, and I honestly can't think of a better way to finish this list. Here it is, the last house, the cheapest on the whole list. They call it the Cottage, and it's a stone home sitting in the historic river town of Hickman, just a stone's throw from breathtaking views of the Mississippi River. $42,000. And here's the thing the price doesn't tell you. It's bigger than it looks. Nearly 1,800 square feet, 3 bedrooms, all on one level. From the street, it reads as a cute little stone cottage with red shutters tucked under the trees. Step inside and it just keeps going. The living room is spacious and full of built-in storage, warm and comfortable, with a pressed tin ceiling overhead. That beautiful old detail you only find in homes with real history. The kitchen is compact but functional, with a surprising amount of cabinet space. There are 3 bedrooms, 2 good-sized, plus a smaller one that makes a perfect office or nursery, and a full bath with a walk-in shower, along with its own little laundry room. Now, I'll always be honest with you. This is the cheapest house on the list, and it does need some work. It's dated, and there's a spot or two that needs attention, but every important box is checked. It's on public water and sewer, natural gas is available, central air is in, and all the utilities are connected and ready. You're not starting from nothing. You're finishing what's already here. And the lot gives you even more. It's a large parcel, horses are even allowed, with a carport and a separate outbuilding. That building once had income-producing living quarters upstairs, and with some floor repair, it could be that again. A rental, a mother-in-law suite, or a home office. At this price, that's not just a house. That's an opportunity with a second income built right into the yard. Now let me show you where this is. A historic little river town in the very southwestern tip of Kentucky, right on the banks of the Mississippi. They call it the Pearl of the Mississippi, and it's perched up on bluffs with some of the most beautiful river views in the whole state. You can sit and watch the barges and the boats roll by all day. It's a quiet, old-fashioned town steeped in river history, with a ferry that still carries cars across the water to Missouri. Life is slow here. The cost of living is about as low as it gets in America, and the sunsets over the Mississippi are the kind of thing people drive a long way to see, and you'd get to watch them from your own front porch. So there it is, the last one. A stone cottage with 2 fireplaces, 3 bedrooms, and income potential in the yard. A stone's throw from the Mississippi River for $42,000. The cheapest house on the list. And that's Kentucky. 10 houses, from a handcrafted log home on 15 acres all the way down to a $42,000 stone cottage on the Mississippi. I said at the start that this state still has room, real room, and I hope you see now what I meant. These aren't mansions, and they were never meant to be. They're something better. They're within reach. They're the kind of places where a regular person can still own a real piece of land, breathe a little easier, and stop paying somebody else's mortgage. That's the whole reason I do this. Every one of these homes is real, and every one is listed right now. You'll find the links, the photos, and the agents for all of them down in the description below. So if one of them got its hooks in you, go take a closer look. If you enjoyed riding along with me today, do me a favor and subscribe to my channel, Tiny Buck's Houses, so you're here next week when I pick a brand new state and go hunting all over again. Thank you for spending a little of your day with me. Take care of yourself, take care of the people you love, and I'll see you in the next one.